This is INCRadio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Welcome to INCRadio Oregon, where our brethren from different parts of Oregon, Washington, California, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming greet you. Come get to know all of our brethren from the Ecclesiastical District of Oregon and explore our activities, experiences, and sceneries. This is Oregon.
Welcome to INCRadio Oregon. Happy New Year, everyone. We thank you for joining us today, sharing your precious time. I know it's the afternoon, but thank you for being here with us during our program today. We hope that you will enjoy our topic, our discussion, and just be with us throughout this whole time. And just wanted to let you know, please stay throughout the whole duration of our program today. We want to be number one on INCRadio. And so let's make INCRadio Oregon number one. And of course, I am your sister, Flo Guillermo, your host today. I'm from Vancouver, local. I'd like to greet our resident minister, Brother Rod Reyes, and his family, and also our assistant resident minister, Brother Albert McAlintal, and his family as well, and all the brethren in the local congregation of Vancouver. All right, so there in the live chat, it's so good to see it going there, and we encourage all the viewers to engage with us and your feedback throughout our program. We have questions, the topic that we're talking about. Let us know what your thoughts are, and we'd like to read them. And if you're from another district, let us know where you're from as well. And for those of you here in the District of Oregon, hashtag your local congregation and your group worship service. Well, our topic today is envisioning your highlights for 2025. You might be wondering why this topic or why this title. You'll find out why as we continue our discussion this afternoon. And our episode today is a bit different because here on our program, I have moms joining me today. So we're all moms here, and we have goals for ourselves, our family members. Oftentimes, we are the ones who ensure that all our schedules are on time and our tasks are completed. And how do we plan for these goals for ourselves and our family? And what highlights do you envision for yourself at the end of the year? I know we just started, and not to rush the 2025 to go by quickly. However, we'd like to make sure that every day counts, and we want to be able to do that. And so we'll find out from our sisters who are moms as well. But you know what? This episode is not just for moms. It's for the dads and all the kids, because we all want to be able to envision or have highlights at the end of 2025 and be able to talk about them. So let's chat with our moms today, and I'll call on them. And I'm so happy to have them. They've been quite regular as our guests in the past years of INC Radio Oregon. I'd like to welcome them back, especially on our first episode of the year. Let's call on our sister Rachel. Hi, Sister Rachel.
Hello, Sister Flo. Hello, everyone po. I'm Sister Rachel Cruz from the local congregation of Beaverton. I am a deaconess and also the local congregation chronicler. I just want to say hi, Sister Flo, to my husband, Yuri, my daughter, Sister Chloe, my dad, Kabeni, and of course, all the officers and brethren in our local congregation of Beaverton. And also to our resident minister, Ka-Arman po, Ka-Arman Kagingin, Ka-Rose, and Brother Lloyd. Thank you, sis.
You're welcome, Sister Hazel.
Hello po, Sister Flo. Hello, Sister Rachel, and to all of the viewers and listeners of INC Radio Oregon. My name is Sister Hazel. I'm from the local congregation of Oregon City. I would like to greet our resident minister, Brother Warren Maneja, and his wife, Sister Elaine Maneja, and their children. I would like to greet also my husband, Robbie Gutierrez, who is currently in the Philippines right now, and my two children, Ottoman and Malachi, who are currently watching and listening right now. Hello po, everyone.
Wow, nice to have you. So, if you notice our panel today, we're all moms and we have quite a bit in common. Um, we have children, and one thing I think very nicely significant about our us today is that we are all um, local chroniclers in our respective locals. So, yay for chroniclers! And this is kind of in a way why this episode is the way how it was entitled, envisioning your highlights for 2025, because I think we're like documenters, is if even that's a word, um, for the local congregations that we are in, as well as for ourselves, personally. We take on we take pictures and we do all kinds of memory taking in terms of what goes on in our lives. So I want to just start off and warm up with everyone, and even there in our live chat. Um, what is your favorite childhood memory? And what I wanted to do was just kind of stir up a little bit of memories that goes on way back when, and just so something that we could look on in the years to come. And so let's see, let's have our behind the scenes, our brother Jess Guillermo, to post that question for our live chat. What is your favorite childhood memory? So let's go on and go find out from our Sister Hazel. What's your favorite childhood memory?
My favorite childhood memory is when I was in grade school, because during those time, me, my sisters, my cousins, and our neighbors, we were always playing in the street. We were playing Chinese garters, patentero. We were playing hide and seek. We will climb tree and pick some mango and dip it in a bagoong. We were always playing together and having fun together, and I miss those days. I miss those days.
Yeah, those were the days, right? That we're able to have fun, freely have fun. Um, there maybe on the roadways. I know that when I was a child, even if I grew up in Hawaii, we were able to play, along the we didn't get to play on the roads because there were so many cars. But yet, in our yard, where we had a big yard, big garage, where all the kids would come and play. So that kind of bring back my childhood memory, because that was those fun days. How about for you, Sister Rachel?
Yeah, for me, sis, we love food. I always love food. So my family would prepare food together. Like, we make our Now I buy lumpia, like ready-made lumpia. But back then, my family would like cook the lumpia, fillings, and then we all rolled together, like my family, my siblings, and my cousins as well. Like we all rolled those lumpia, and my lola would just say, "Hey, do this, do this correctly, etc." So she taught us how to make our own food. So we love to eat together as well in our dining table. We have a big dining table, since we have like I think 12 seaters. So, every night we're there, like praying together for the meal and eating together. So that's what I loved about my childhood, is eating together as a family.
Wow. And I know you mentioned this to Sister Rachel, that even now in present day, that's something that you want to do also. I know we have Sister Chloe, your daughter. I'm sure you could take that on with her as well,
Yeah,
doing that.
yeah, that's my one of our 2025 goal as a family, to eat meal together more often. We eat meal together, but it's like just once a week, or whenever we're in the house, right? Like, but every day we don't get to do that because of our busy schedules as well. But that's our 2025 goal, is start
Ooh.
eating meals together every day. Whatever happens, like wait for, like, for example, dinner, right? Wait for each other to allot time, just like our family hour and our nightly devotional prayer, right? Allot time for eating meals together. So hopefully, with God's grace and help, we'll be able to do that this year. This
Okay, that goes on the books as having meals together. I love that. All right, so we're gonna get more into our discussion, and so I know Sister Rachel, you mentioned that one goal is to eat together as a family. At least more often than just one day out of the week, right? We understand that we are busy people. We come in and go out of our homes, and we have things to do. However, that's a great goal. So, what goals and plans do you envision highlighting at the end of the year? And before you answer that, just wanted to just mention that uh, most of us have social media, right? And while I was, looking at others that had highlighted some of their great times that they had in 2024, and I had to ask myself, what did I do in 2024? And so that's what I did. And there were so many highlights that I was sharing, and it was fun to look at. It made me think that, wow, God has been really good this past year with so many different activities and plans that we've had. And so, what I wanted to do with everyone here who's joining us is document that. And you can be your own personal chronicler, your own family chronicler, and document all of that, so that 1 year from now or later on in this year, we could, take a look at those highlights that we've had. So hopefully this will be like a springboard for all of us to be able to say, okay, I'm going to want to highlight this right now, so that we can take a look at them at the end of 2025. So back to you, Sister Rachel. What other um, plans or goals that you're envisioning for 2025 to happen?
Yeah, I have this goal every year, but I always want to make it better. So for 2025, I'd like to be able to have like an improved work life church balance, like better prioritization maybe, and allocation of time for the, one of the for the most important goals in each of that aspect: my work, my life, my family, and church duties. And also, I always do this as well: quality time with family and friends. So, a lot more of that, for 2025, right? Like either that's dining out, or just, a simple budget friendly vacation, probably like movies and picnics and everything else, like, get to connect with the family members as well as your friends. I have lots of, church friends, sis Flo, you're one of that, and Hazel as well. So we want to make sure that, we spend time together as well, and talk about, hey, like for example, one of my goals as well for 2025 is to elevate, the works of propagation, right? I always like invite people and everything, But it's been, I think last year I had a Bible student, which is Sister Chloe. But I'd like to be, that's my goal for this year, to be able to invite more people and have another Bible student for me and Kyrie. So, getting to spend time with you guys, because I know you guys are also big in works of propagation. I hope that we could share each other tips as well. So yeah, so
Yeah.
more time with family and friends to be able to learn more with each other as well.
Yeah, so for the benefit of our viewers, Sister Rachel is talking about sharing of our faith to those who are not yet members of the Church of Christ. And that's a wonderful goal for this year. And that's all of us that we want to be able to do is share our faith. And you're right, Sister Rachel, even nurturing relationships. That's one of my goals too this year is to be able to nurture and spend time. And so for me, it's like having Sundays uh, with Brother Jazz and with couples that I'd like to, take out and go out there and spend some time with them. How about for you, Sister Hazel? What are the I know you got big goals and plans for this year. What are they?
But same as Sister Rachel po, I think all of us, because we are chosen of God, our primary goal is to how we can elevate or how we can please God even more. We're striving our best to please Him, to perform our duty to the best that we could. That's my plan every year. How can I improve that in terms of performing my duties? And then family relationship. I know we always have time as a family. Like we always make sure we eat dinner together and eat our meals together during weekends. We pray together every night. But one of my goals this year is that if we have time as a family, I want to have time like me and brother Robbie, me and Autumn to band, and me and Malachi.
Hmm.
Just us instead of like the whole group, because the whole group we always do that. We always watch in our projector together at least once a week. We always dine together, but I want that one-on-one bonding, me and my daughter, me and my son, me and my husband. That's one of the goal this year. And for myself, because I'm a chronicler, I'm trying to sharpen or gain more skills in writing because, as you mentioned, three of us are chroniclers. One of the way that I'm trying to improve it is I always read God's Message magazine, Pasugo. I'm trying to learn how the style they do in writing for church activities, and I always read articles online as well. So that's my goal personally this year.
Wow. I love everything that the both of you have said. I'm in the same boat as both of you. I think we have what I love about this group today is that we share the common goals and and it's all about, elevating ourselves in terms of doing so much better for the benefit of our duties and how we perform them. And like we said, we're all chroniclers, so we hope that we will get more chroniclers out there. So I'm plugging in for chroniclers out there to be part of their local chroniclers, and it's a great thing. You know, we're not, like natural writers. So what you mentioned, Sister Hazel, uh, is that to be able to be better at our writing. Yes, we're English speaking people. However, sometimes when we write, it's a little bit different. I'm like that. So I want to be able to level up on writing. And so maybe we're going to have a class like this too, right? I love that. I love the one-on-one moments to have with your each of your family members. Thank you for that because I'm going to add that also. Sundays and one-on-one dates. I love that. All right, thank you for that. Let's take a break from that and let's read some of those that's writing in our live chat. I'm really loving this. Okay, let's greet some and read some of those who are joining us in our live chat. Just wanted to say hello to my wonderful friend out there, my sister friend out there, Sister Ate Katlea from New Jersey. Happy New Year from the District of New Jersey. Sister Maylie Rose, she said she had a couple of childhood memories she wanted to share. Her favorite is swimming during summer with her cousins. That's in the summer. Can we do that here? It's cold, but maybe we can try indoor swimming. She also said another favorite childhood memory for her is having family movie nights. Yeah, so I think we're all into movies. Brother Mike and Sister Annabelle Fitchett mentions my favorite childhood memory. Um, my dad always bring me to the cinema, which is the movie theaters. He paid half the price for me, and during those times, cinema tickets are half price for kids. Also, every New Year, our family prays together, and yeah, I love that. We also have those family prayers at New Year's time. Just want to say hello to Sister uh, Ruchi and Kabani Castilla from Albany. She's they're also greeting Brother Nerio and Sister Connie Kitoriano out there in Great Falls group worship service. Sister Rowena Katabay, Brother Roel Katabay as well from Portland. Also, we see Brother Armand Kagingin from Beaverton. Greetings to all. Brother Abe Balan from Oregon City. We also see Tatay Benny Ramones there from Beaverton. He's saying hello, kumusta po? Um, and Sister Melissa Balan from Oregon City, Sister Claire Cruz from Portland. Also, we have someone listening in from Hawaii, Brother Delmar Domino from the local congregation of Wailuku, District of Hawaii Pacific. And we have lots of supporters here. Sister Chloe Cruz, Beaverton, Brother Alan Dasmarinius from Portland, Brother Yuri. We have family support out there from Beaverton. Sister Maria Dos Marinas, also from Portland. Hello, Brother Rod Reyes. Brother Andrew Santa Monica from Washington State, local congregation of Seattle. All right, and just one more, and we'll continue more in a little bit. Brother Mario Oka, there from the local congregation of Brixtonville, there in the district of Kalaoka North. Right, we have some more to talk about. Um, when you're making these decisions and you're making goals, do you plan this by yourself, or do you have your family get together? What are you guys what are the conversations that you're having when making decisions, Sister Rachel?
For my family po, we ask each other's preferences, like, and then also plan around schedules, and also like I'd like to make sure that they're committed and motivated, and then they like what I usually start the planning. You know that Sister Flo and Ka Hazel, moms will start the planning, right? And then I have like outlined the steps as well. And then I was like, okay, do you like this? Is this something that you like to do? Do you want to? Do you need? Do you like to do anything else? So yeah, that's what I do. Like, uh, I make out the plan so that it's achievable, it's realistic, and then I
Affordable.
discuss it. Yes, affordable. So like place, time, and budget. That's always like the 3 points for me: place, time, and budget. Make sure that they like what they're gonna do, and it's also affordable for us, of course. And of course, we get to enjoy each other's time as well, and learn something from it. It's always like, hey, what do you get from that particular activity, be that an activity or a vacation? So it's always decision making as a family. So, so that no surprises. Like everybody likes what we're going to do.
Yeah, I think that's important. What kind of conversations you have, Sister Hazel, with with your family? Do you do one-on-one with each one first, or you bring the whole family together?
At first, in the planning, for example, I or brother Robbie has an idea, like we're talking just the two of us, and then when we do the actual planning, we're involving the kids because everyone's opinion matters. So we're asking the kids like, "Oh, what do you think about this place? Oh, what do you think about that time? What do you think about that activity?" We're always involving them.
I like that. That's one thing about, families and making plans and just starting the conversation. What, that's important because sometimes when we see something either on television or on social media, as long as it's good and it's in accordance to God's will and what we're doing is proper, just bring up the conversation and say, "Hey, what about if we go visit here? What about if we go visit there?" And that's kind of like uh, the conversation that Brother Jess and I recently have. And so he goes and tells me, "Oh, why don't you just tell me where you want to go, and I'll plan the rest." So that's kind of like my a gift from him that he's gonna plan the rest of it. So I'm in for a, a surprise this year, for our trip planning. So hopefully that will all come true. We just have to pray. um, and I know it's important when husbands and wives do come together and talk about what they want to do, and then include our children. And you're right, Sister Hazel, their opinion matters because it won't work if you say, "Oh, let's go here," but they don't have a vested interest in it, right? And they might not want to enjoy it, but you want to go. So it's best to come to a common goal. um, I like that when making decisions. uh, let's also say hello to Sister Rachel Samia from Great Falls Group Worship Service, all the way in Montana. Thank you, Sister. Sister Morietta Miller from Medford Group Worship Service, all the way down south. Happy New Year, Paul. We also have Brother Nathaniel Russell, one of our producers here at INCRadio, from South Central States Satellite Studio. Sister Danielle McCalintal joining us also. Sister Joy Katawai, good to see you here as well. And Sister Elaine Maneja was the first honor here on our program today. So thank you so much. Um, so with all of this said, Sister Rachel and Sister Hazel, we also have to make time for ourselves. I know sometimes we think that making time for ourselves may sound maybe a little bit self-serving, right? But it's important to also make time for ourselves because we have so many different avenues that we're taking care of. Um, our families, our duties, work. A lot of times it could cause us stress. So, how do you come down from all of that and make time for yourself, Sister Hazel?
Time management po. How I prioritize my task is that according to its importance and significance. For example, first and foremost is, of course, our services to our mighty God. I make sure that nothing or nobody will hinder me in performance of my duty. I always make sure, especially during weekend before I perform, I make sure that I have at least 30 minutes to 1 hour of nap before I perform as a crime member. Want to make sure that I have um, my health is good before I perform. And then second is family. I always make sure that my family gets what's best in me and not what's left in me. For example, I work 10 hours every day for 4 days. I want to make sure even though I work 10 hours a day, I want to make sure that they get the best of me and not what's left in me. I make sure that I have time to prepare dinner for the family, have time to ask the kids how their day has been, ask my husband how he's doing, and the rest, if I still have some time, like time for myself, for some hobbies, or if time permits, I can watch a movie with the family or with my husband.
Wow. I like what you said, like you want to give what is the best of me rather than what's left over of me, right? So you're basically wanting to give, the best of yourself, meaning um, the right mind, the right heart, having to be able to give them your attention is the best of you, right? You're being able to do that. And also, you put some time into yourself to be able to journal if you need to, or just take a quiet time for yourself. Sister Rachel, how about you? How do you self-care yourself?
Yeah, just like Sister Hazel, I'm also a working mom. I have lots of duties as well. So every night I make sure to always allot time to kind of like disconnect, meditate, reflect, and pray on what happened in my day. Like celebrate my small wins as well. Like, hey, I had 10 to dos today and I was able to do nine. Yay, hooray. I was able to make it, right? Able to do that. And I always wanting to like thank God always, every little thing that happened to me because of him. So I always like thank God, and I always pray for guidance. Like in everything that I will do the following day, I always pray for guidance. Even if because I work from home, Sister Flo. So there are times wherein I had to have like lots of meetings and have to have like stressful conversation. So before I go on a meeting, if it's that super important for me, I pray to God, like, hey, give me the wisdom so that I will be able to do this successfully, so that I'll have time tonight to be able to do my church duties and life and family as well. Because if I'm not able to do that, then I won't have time to do my other duties as well. So yeah, everything that I do, I want to make sure that I pray to God to give me the wisdom and the strength that I need every day, so that everything will be successful for me as well.
Yeah. Prayer. I think what I've learned through the years was prayer is the best um, self-care for us, for ourselves. So, taking the time to be able to sit down, have that quiet moment, and like you said, Sister Rachel, is um, thanking God for everything, um, and making time for Sister Hazel. I like that, you're making sure that you yourself is at least enough for yourself to be able to go and do your duties. We all have responsibilities, big ones even. So even just a little bit of time with ourselves to be able to self-care by praying, by meditating, by recounting or and celebrating all the wins that we have. Those are great self-care. We hope that we can carry that on throughout 2025. um let's see. I know we're trying to balance a lot of our things that we're doing, so I'm gonna let you sit on that thought for a moment. And so my question was, how do you balance your time between family, work, and church responsibilities? Maybe we had already touched a little bit on that, but we'll answer that question in a little bit. And I just wanted to also say hello to Sister Terry Morales from uh, Portland, local congregation of Portland, Sister Jen Hanley from local congregation of Vancouver. Also, Brother Rod Reyes also chimed in, and he said, as a minister's son, we used to move from one place to another. So growing up, I met a lot of friends and people from various places. So he says that's his favorite childhood memory. I bet you it's even till today, Karad. That's gonna be an ongoing memory for you to meet so many people. And I like that. You get to go to places. Just wanted to say hello to Sister Lucy Ancheta there from the District of Virginia, who's also the host and producer of their satellite. Sister Jennifer Castillo, hello, Paul. Good to see you. From Fruitland Group Worship Service, all the way out there in Idaho. Sister Hera Brennan. Hi, Sister Hera. She's from the Eugene Group Worship Service, and what else? Oh, Brother Roel said, spend more time outdoors. For I guess this is his self care. Spend more time outdoors. If we, yeah, okay. And Sister Louisa Ledesma from Vancouver locale. Thank you for joining us. Okay, let's continue. So we all have different ways of balancing balancing our life, right? All the things that we do. So how do you do it, Sister Hazel? You have grown children. They're teenagers now. How do you do that? How do you balance your family, your work for them, your church responsibilities?
I think that's what I mentioned earlier, Paul, that I always start with a priority, which is our services to our Almighty God, and then family, and then myself. So for self care, I always make sure that I continue to gain knowledge and skills and wisdom. Um, I already speak three languages. First is my dialect, Kapampangan. Second, Tagalog. Third is English. So right now, I'm trying to learn my fourth language, which is Spanish. So I started 5 months ago, and this year I'm planning to at least before the year end, I can at least conversate with the basic Spanish. And then I mentioned earlier also that because I am chronicler, I'm planning to improve my writing style, especially in writing regarding church activities and church history. And third, I want to learn calligraphy. So at least once a week, I make sure that I have time to improve my calligraphy writing. And then last one is that I've been always dreaming to become an organist inside the Church of Christ. And we enrolled our children, Autumn and Malachi, in piano lesson. So I was urged also to learn it myself. So while their teacher is teaching them piano, I was listening intensely, and I try to make sure that at least once a week I can practice piano or organ, so I could eventually learn. So yeah, I made sure that I have time for myself as well.
Yeah, that's a lot of things to juggle all at once. Um, I know, like even Sister Rachel has a teenage daughter too. She may have just one daughter, but she has a whole lot of things. How do you do that too, Sister Rachel?
Yeah, just like I think I heard this from Sister Hazel as well. Like, yes, setting priorities, time management. For me, I like to be organized. If I'm organized, I know that I can do everything, right? On my list, like balance it out, make sure that I dedicate, the best time for each of the aspect of my life, whether that is for work, for family, or for church. And this is what we always do as well as a family, Sister Flo. Whenever we go on vacation or whatever we do, we always make sure that we prioritize our worship to God and be able to still perform our church duties. Like, even if we go on vacation, ride roller coasters, theme park, make sure that, we always attend the worship service, never miss that. And also still help, even if we're out of town, we still want to be able to help in our church duties. So, yeah, those are the how we balance everything, like better organization, priorities, and time management. And of course, I always include this in our family panata, right? But like, everything that we do is for God, so we want to make sure that we have God's mercy and guidance. It always works for us as well.
It it does. Um, Even like we mentioned earlier in our pre-show, we only have like 24 hours in a day. So I always ask myself, how am I going to divide 24 hours in a day? Of course, we have time management. You mentioned, both of you have mentioned time management. But in there, I would say to, always insert a portion of your day, or at least a good portion of your day in your services to God. Involve God in everything that we do. I feel like sometimes, oh, I don't have enough time, but somehow, and I feel like this is a blessing, because somehow when you prioritize your church responsibilities, um, in your day, somehow, you have extra hours, um, to be able to do the little things that you get to do. And I felt that already in this past year. No matter how busy we are, we all have find ways to make things work, and God always makes sure that it works for all of us. And so that's basically how i I say balancing family, work, church responsibilities, and all the little things. For me, I'm a visual planner, so I like to write things down. A long to-do list is what, and I love to check off. Uh, as you can see, I have my pen here. I check things off, and just making sure that, okay, I've done all the responsibilities I set myself out to do, creating the priorities that you've mentioned. Um, and also, um, and then at the end of the day, like both of all of us, we always recount what we've done. And as long as we can go to bed and say, okay, I've done my part in serving you, God, and I thank you, and you end the day like that. So that I guess that's how we balance our lives. And just one more last question before we uh, wrap up our show, because we've had quite a great conversation. How do you ensure your memories to stay alive for the future? So I let you think on that, and I just wanted to go out there and greet Sister Era Owen. Hi, Sister Era. She is from Twin Falls there in Idaho. You remember last year we had a worship service, inaugural worship service in Twin Falls. She's there in Twin Falls, and good to see you here joining us, Paul. Hope to see you again there in Idaho when we visit. Okay, so last question: how do you ensure your memories to stay alive, especially for our future? And that's how come the church administration had set us out to be um, chroniclers for our local congregation, is because they want to see us, see each local preserve the memories and what we've done for in the local, right? Even for ourselves. So now for you, how do you ensure your memories to stay alive for your future? We have children and someday grandchildren, right? We'd like to share that, our legacy. So, Sister Rachel, how do you want to, um, preserve all the memories that you've had?
Yeah. Yeah. As a chronicler and also as a mom, I always document activities like, memories when we go out of town, when we do something, an activity, a family activity, or accomplishments or anything. So I like to take pictures. I also like to take videos, and I share it with my family and also friends, right? So social media is a big thing now, so like sharing it with them will be there forever. But I also have our external drive where I store everything, right? Like, those are the things that, like, for example, Chloe, we have like a photo book as well. So Chloe and I has this activity. We always do it like every year, almost every year, to have like a photo book. I
Mm.
wouldn't say what brand we're using, but yeah, we have that just to be able to remember and reminisce, what did we do the past years, etc. And also we tend to do like a family, establish like a family routines as well. Like, even if without documentation or without pictures, if you have established this family routine, it would be remembered, just like what you asked us this the first your first question to show, right? What was your favorite childhood memory, right? So even
Right.
if I don't have those pictures already because it's like, it's a long time ago, because of that family routine, I will always remember that. And I will pass on to the next generation. I was just like telling Chloe now, like, hey, we always go to these water park, sis Flo. You know that. I won't say the name of the water park. And
Yes.
now he's like, mommy, yes, I will do that also when I have a daughter or or a son, in the future. So like family routines will be the best memories, so that we could remember that even if without pictures. But of course, pictures and videos are a great way
Are
to
very helpful,
document.
right? Yeah, we didn't have that then.
Yes.
For you, Sister Hazel, how do you want to preserve your memories so that, in the future, later on down the road, 12 months from now, how do you want to, look at those highlights?
Okay, like Sister Rachel, because we are all chroniclers, I always take pictures, but every
Mhm.
now and then I always have picture. We'll just eat in a restaurant. I will take picture, and for me, just I would like to echo her as well. We have the same line of thinking.
Mhm.
As Sister Rachel said, every day-to-day activity, our everyday activity basis, that's a big deal for me. I mean, vacation and stuff are good memories as well. But for me, the our daily lives is what I want my children to remind me of them, because almost every day I'm always reminding them. For example, before going to school, okay, did you pray yet? And then I'm always asking them how's their day has been, or if they have plans. I always tell them, you can do it, I believe in you. I want them to have a memory of me that I'm a very supportive mom. I want them to have a memory of me that I'm always reminding them to follow God's wills and commandments. I always want them to have a memory of them that the last word I say for the day before we separate from the car, them going to school, me going to work, I always want them to have memory that I said I love you as my last word. That's the memories that I'm giving them every day. And I'm always telling them also that what you do in anything is how you do in everything. So I want them to have that kind of values also, that little things, big things, you have to do your best.
Wow. I love how we do. I'm grateful to be part of the chronicling department here, or here in our district, and that kind of led me. I'm already doing it for multimedia, but it kind of enhances even more for, yes, for our local, and yes, to our family, so that we can pass that on. I love that. Thank you so much, Sister Hazel, Sister Rachel, for talking about this, and how we are able to be sharing this with our viewers and our listeners. And so, in conclusion, we know that our life can get super busy. Let's not forget to treasure those amazing memories we've created with our loved ones, and in all the hustle and bustle of life, it's a great idea to take some time to jot down or capture those special memories, especially the activities of the Christian family organizations. When we look back, we'll be able to smile knowing that we had fun and accomplished our goals together. And so, just moving on to our activities, a big activity that we're looking forward to, which is in about a few weeks, about 3 weeks, just to count down a little bit here. We're excited for the celebration of the District of Oregon's sixth anniversary. And if you're not part of any of the choral groups in your local congregation, go hit up go see your resident minister so that you could be a part of it, and join in the celebration of the sixth anniversary. The details will be announced to you through uh, our local congregation, so please make sure you're listening up on it. just want to also say last hello to um, Brother Benedicto Ramones, your dad, Sister Rachel. He is greeting us, and also our sister Myrtle Ann, all the way from the local congregation of Langley in British Columbia. Happy New Year to you, sis, and I hope that all is well there in Canada. Also, we'd like to thank all of you. Thank you so much for being here and joining us. We'd like to send out a special acknowledgement to Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our executive minister, also our brother Angelo Aranyo Manalo, our CFO coordinator, SEBC CEO and president. Also our INC radio station manager, Brother Wally Tarai. Thank you so much, Paul, for always supporting INC radio, all of our Christian family organizations activities. We look forward to a lot of them this year, and let's all be active there. Make memories through our Christian family organization activities. Thank you to everyone who have joined us today here on INC Radio Oregon, especially to our District Minister, Brother Moises Cadusale, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Gino Ramillo. And again, join us next week for another episode here on INC Radio Oregon. And if you haven't subscribed yet to INC Radio, please subscribe INC Radio DZEM 954 on the YouTube channel. And next up in a few minutes will be INC Radio Alaska. So thank you again. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, everyone. And again, Happy New Year 2025.